everyone. This is Virtuosa the Goddess. I am so happy that you joined me today for this twin flame, twin soul flame reading. Um, Welcome all my divine masculine and feminines that are new watching my channel. I am Virtuosa the Goddess. And I am so happy to serve you today with this reading. This is going to be an exciting reading. I am so amped to do this reading with you guys. Before we get started, I'm going to do the usual spiel that everyone does, because if you happen to you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, you'll be doing three things. You'll be, one, helping out the channel. Yes, in such a beautiful, wonderful way. Two, you'll be an official member of my soul tribe. And three, you will be notified when I upload another video. Wouldn't that be great? Yes, it would. It would be so divine to have you guys here with me for every single reading. I haven't gone live yet, but I will. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know your time is so precious, and I so much and greatly appreciate everyone that supports this channel in any way. Just viewing it is support for me. Knowing that I can help those that are on the same journey that I am. We are discovering things about ourselves every day and about this journey, because no one is the expert on this journey, okay? So, I already pulled the overall energies. I just want to say that we have a portal coming up, the 1111 portal, and that is the portal where it's an ascension portal, where your third eye, you have the opportunity to ascend. And it is very crucial that we choose ascension at this time, because old timelines will be collapsing. 3D, those who choose not to ascend will still live in turmoil mentally, even though every day is a step of healing. You just want to be more, you want to just be vibing very high during that time so that your ascension can take place. So today, I wanted us to get a head start, because I don't like to lag behind and I don't like to fall behind. So I just wanted us to be ahead in our ascension process, so that we can be aware and brace ourselves for it. Because you guys are so wonderful. And I know that if you weren't a very spiritual being, or understanding that you're a spiritual being having a human experience, then you wouldn't be watching tarot readings. So, many blessings to you all that are watching. So, the divine counterparts, divine feminine, we are going through the judgment process. We are being renewed by fire. And the judgment card is Pluto. And right now, Pluto is in Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. So we are receiving judgment here on earth. How long this lasts, I do not know how long, but I am going to pull some moonology cards just to see what more we can clarify the judgment with, and more cards as well I'm going to be pulling from. I pulled out all the stops, guys, because this is a special day, very special day, and whatever time you're watching this reading, this is a very special moment in time for us. So the divine masculine, okay, so the divine feminine, judgment. Yeah, we're going through the renewal, where that is the number 20 card, and 20 breaks down to 2. So divine feminine, we are right where we should be. we must have faith in the divine, even if it doesn't feel right, because the twins are kind of mirroring a little bit. Because when anyone goes through judgment, because that's Anubis on this card. Anubis is taking this person over, and this is what happens on judgment. Once your body passes away, you go to the hall of judgment. So Divine Feminine, it may feel a little weird today. Or when you watch this reading, you may be going through something that you never thought you'd ever go through, or you may be in a situation. I know myself, I'm in a situation that I never thought I'd be in again. I have been here before, but it does not feel the same. But obviously, it's something that I need to gain from being in the position that I'm in. So though my mind, because I am not my thoughts and you are not your thoughts, because our minds tell us things, we tend to believe them, but I just transmute my own negative energy with a positive thought, with gratitude for being just in the game, just to be in the game, just to be here on earth, to take place. It's such a beautiful time where we have the spiritual realm and our spiritual team all here for us. Oh, and I didn't do all of the acknowledgement for the divine, because I did all of that in a little ceremony. I had a spiritual bath before I came to read for you guys, so all of the necessary spiritual team, I just want to make sure that my ancestors know that they're welcome. Ascended masters, you are all welcome, and we're so grateful. All of the spirit guides in the animal plant kingdom, ancestors, everyone, the whole spiritual team is here helping us to get through this ascension process. Okay, so the divine masculine is temperance. Right now he's feeling a little impatient. He is, because it's in reverse. So he's not balanced. He's feeling impatient. He is not understanding where he is. He's experiencing some disharmony right now in his life. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. He doesn't really probably understand, or, why he can't just focus on his pentacles, why he has to balance his 3D and 5D. He's not necessarily using his third eye. And also I could say, if your counterpart could be a Sagittarius, and you could be a Capricorn. And then we have the moon between the connection. That's why I have the moonology card, so we can clarify some of these things. But between the connection is a lot of disappointment and a lot of misunderstandings. There may be communication taking place in the astral realm, or through dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. You may be having visions. But the divine wants us to know that even though we don't understand where we are in our journey, or what exactly is happening second by second, minute by minute, that the divine has control over this connection. Things are not as they appear to be. This is not 3D regular, how we lived before the divine woke us up to the journey. This is not the same. We may be in the same place. You can go to the same grocery store. You can eat the same foods, some of us, but things are not as they appear. So if you're feeling like, oh, was all this, awakening, was this just a bad dream, or was it some type of dream I had and it's not real? It's very real. So just go with the flow. Now, so Divine Feminine, I wanted to pull a card for us. And this is out of the Isis Oracle deck. So, well, first, let's see. I'm going to use my inner realm. So we're going to go up take a trip. We're going to take a journey. This is going to be fun. We're going to take a journey into the upper realms with my inner realms deck. We're going up. We're in 5th dimension. We're going to see how high we can get. So Divine, take us to the highest knowledge of why the Divine Feminine is going through her judgment. And can you please give us more information on the judgment? So we have the 8 of Swords. Divine Feminine, this judgment had to take place because we were feeling overwhelmed and restricted and trapped. And we weren't taking proper action. We did not understand how nobody can really fully understand the Divine's plan. You just go with it. So the Divine is taking us through this judgment, through this renewal process. He renewed us from our restrictions so that we can fly. So we may be feeling like, okay, why do I have to go through these lessons? This is the 4 of Cups. Usually in the regular tarot deck, 4 of Cups is being unwilling to accept the gift that Divine has to offer. So Divine Feminine, although this may seem like an undesirable situation, please accept it because we are unlocking potential. The Divine has brought us to this point of renewal with that Judgment card to bring us to the point where we can develop and learn a lesson and gain a new perspective on things. This is a desired transformation, although it does not feel like it. It is a moral awakening. It is a resurrection. Divine Feminine, after this judgment, well, we have already been resurrected. And let's pull one more card. And we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So 4 of Pentacles upright is holding on to things too tightly. That's what we had to learn to do, to let go of attachments, to stop hoarding, clinging on, trying to control things, trying to, be in, yeah, this is how I'm going to do it, and this is how I've always done it. And I can speak personally. I can attest to that. So that's why we're experiencing judgment. Now let's find out Divine Masculine. Divine, please tell us why Divine Masculine is in disharmony or having an imbalance. Because he did not want to start on a new start. He didn't want to begin again. He's having a fresh start. He's in the blind, as so is the Divine Feminine. He didn't want to be like a child and have to start this process all over again, but he's being made to, because I feel personally, using my intuition, that some of us had big egos, and every time someone has a big ego, which is the lower self, you have to humble yourself. And I'm a Leo rising and ascendant, and I have to be humbled sometimes. I used to be humble, and in some kind of way I got the big head, Divine Feminines. We're around celebrities. We get the hottest guys. We manifested the most material things. So we had to be humble to serve and serve our purpose for our life's mission. Okay, I mean, I sat in Beverly Hills and flossed and, hey, I got some stories. But, yeah. So that new beginning is here for the Divine Masculine to start at the 0 point for his new beginning. So he is not understanding what the heck is going on. So the energy, please, let's get more on the Divine Masculine. How else are you feeling, Divine Masculine? Why are you feeling imbalanced? We don't want you to feel imbalanced. Why are you feeling imbalanced, Divine Masculine? He says because he's feeling all this love and passion for his Divine Feminine. He's worried, he may be worried a little bit about his health and his love and just this connection. And the Lover's card is the number 6 card. And number 6 is focusing too much on the outward appearance, high ideals and what stuff looks like and having to sacrifice himself for things. And the Lovers also, he could be your Divine Masculine could be a Gemini. But he understands that he has this beautiful soul honoring connection with you, Divine Feminine. And he may have to sacrifice a part of his life in order to nurture this connection. So he is going through a test and a trial period too. But this connection is protected by the divine. And then the Judgment comes out for the Divine Masculine too. He's having to be honest with himself. He's having to have faith in the divine. And if you can see in this card, in this beautiful, this is the most beautiful Judgment card I've seen in a while. He's being resurrected. He's having to put faith in the divine. He's being tested too. Yeah, and you know, Pluto is in Capricorn, so all this is in the earthly realm. Our 3D spaces are going through, or our 3D situations are going through a lot of changes. So this beautiful card, it's like when the sun is shining on earth. Look at the wings. The whole spiritual team is ascending here, descending down on earth to help us in this ascension process. Isn't that a beautiful card? Okay, so we have more. So in between the connection, let's check it out. So let's clarify the moon. Divine, why are the twins so disappointed? Tell us more about the things, why they, tell us more, give us more information behind the veil of the moon. The moon is having to do with the twins because the moon does have this light and dark, the yin and yang, and it's Pisces, but also, is that a lobster or a crab in that card? But anyways, yeah, there are some disappointments and some misunderstandings in this connection. Divine, please give us more information about the moon card. Ooh. I wonder, can I pick this up with my toes? I used to be really good at that. Guys, I don't know why the little kid in me wants to play. You know, sometimes I still go and swing on a swing. I do it like at least 3 or 4 times a week. So, the Queen of Wands is in reverse. So some see the Queen of Wands as a karmic feminine. She's also friendly, optimistic, popular, sincere, cheerful, you know, full of fire and passion. So I take the Queen of Wands between the energy why the moon is there, because we're going through an initiation period. The Queen of Wands represents the initiation period. We are having to release the karmic energy, the karmic cycle that we were in. And The moon is there because both parties understand that we were in karmic cycles, that we were experiencing our own karmic situations that are preventing us from being in union, but they are very necessary for our ascension because things have to be cleared out. There are contracts and things that we must learn from certain individuals in certain situations that only, we can't teach our twin everything. They can't teach us every lesson. I mean, can you imagine if your twin or your soulmate or your divine counterpart had to teach you every hard lesson, how difficult it would be to have unconditional love for them? Right. So the moon is there because, and if you're in separation or if you're in physical separation, because we're never in separation spiritually. As a matter of fact, we're all connected. I can't say that enough. But if you haven't seen your counterpart or heard from your counterpart, that moon is there because things, there was a lot of disappointment and a lot of things going on. Let me see what the deck says. Does it give reversals? It doesn't give reversals in here on that card. But let me see. More insight. Because I know I can give a better let me get more, because this is very important. We asked the divine for the information. So yeah, the disappointments was because, just like I said, everything that the karmic connections that we had were hindering our process. We were being self-righteous, self-serving. And I see the moon kind of as a veil, real dreamy, watery, like a watery veil. There we go again. I dropped more cards. Okay, so let's pull a couple more cards on this, and then I'm so anxious to move on and see what's in the divine masculine's head. In the realms, we're gathering information from the upper realms, from the upper room. Yeah, so the moon is here because this is a process that the divine feminine and masculine is going through. This is the Six of Swords. This is hope, travel, recovery, advancement. We're recovering. There has to be a veil because, like I said, even through all this transformation, can you imagine talking to your divine masculine or your divine feminine during all these difficult times? What you want? What you call me for? What? I'll call you back. That type of deal. So, I know when, like now, I don't really feel like talking to anybody on the phone. Telling them, well, how's your day? Oh, it's good. Well, what's going on with you? A bunch of changes. Should I have to go on? Let's pull another card. So, and also more insight on the swords, on the Six of Swords. And the swords is a mental space. So we have to do some reasoning. So that moon is there between us, that very dark place with only the moonlight lighting us, which is the divine feminine's intuition, the moon, that represents the divine feminine. So divine feminine, we have initiated this watery veil between the connection. And then we have the Seven of Wands. So it's also here, the moon is also here because we weren't defending this connection completely. So I hear some divine feminine saying, I don't care nothing about my divine masculine because right now, blah, 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 and I don't want to deal with him, and he and that, and blah, blah, blah. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So that's the divine masculine. Even though, you know, between the connection, no one was really defending their union the way that they should. No one was really even asserting themselves to even really make this connection work, or receiving the support from one another. So while we're in that state, we are and going through judgment, that moon card of disillusion, of illusionments, and you know, and misunderstandings and dreams and disappointments, has to stay there for now. And that's what this reading is for, so that we may become more whole and bring ourselves into union with our mind, body, and spirit, and raise our vibrations, and be exactly in the place where we should be when it's time for union, physical union. So now let's move on. Okay, it's a good thing I was done with those cards. So Divine Feminine, I want to pull an Isis or Aset. This is the great Holy Mother. This is the first. This is the first, one of the first from Ikuta, Egypt, or Kemet. All those three names are synonymous. They're just, one is ancient and one is even more ancient. But that's what they call Egypt. Ikuta, or ancient Kemet. So this is her deck. Oh, and I'm sorry, modern day, everybody calls her Isis, because the Greeks renamed her. They loved her so much. She was known as the Black Madonna, or the Holy Mother, before all the rest of the Holy Mothers. So I like to say her name, because sometimes when you reach back and say the most ancient name of the gods and goddesses, they really hear you. Ooh, so she wants us to know, and I'm only going to take one card because this is an oracle deck. So Divine Feminine, Aset, or Mother Isis, wants us to know that truth is being unveiled, the revelation. Oh my goodness, guys, we asked for this. What's behind the veil? The Holy Mother is unveiling the truth, the revelation of Isis. Look, isn't that a beautiful card? Yes. So let's see what she has to say in this. And it is on page 204, and that is 6. And that represents creativity and focusing on our home life. Okay, so all right, let's see what the oracle card has to say. It says, there are times when appearances of people, places, and things are truly deceptive. Oh my goodness, guys, remember the moon? It says in the moon things aren't what they appear to be. That's what our mother Isis wants us to know. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you. When you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you. You may think there is something wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. It is wise to trust your inner feeling rather than being convinced by outward appearances. There's a situation in your life, especially involving relationships, where something is not as it is being made out to be. To avoid undue suffering later on, Isis guides you to truth and revelation now. So, no matter how sacred it may seem, a spiritual person, a family relationship, a shared history, there are times when, although it is more painful to admit the truth in short term, in the long term, it will save you much suffering and feelings of being duped, misled, manipulated, used, or abused. It will also make more likely that the situation or relationship can grow into a healthier expression. You cannot heal what is not revealed.
Isis is with you now, or Iset is with you now to help you realize the truth, to admit that you are probably already sensed it anyway, and to make wise use of these revelations now. The Oracle of Truths Unveiled speaks of a time soon to come when you will realize true perception. What you thought was trustworthy, legitimate, or reliable may turn to sand, crumbling before your eyes. This may be a friendship, a job, an offer of some kind, or even the behavior of a loved one, causing you to question the real commitment or respect in a family or a romantic relationship. What is important here is to realize that when you see the truth, you can act appropriately. You will not proceed with inappropriate expectations, and you can reassess your boundaries and priorities to get the most out of a situation and not suffer undue disappointment later on. Isis was portrayed, or Aset was portrayed by her brother Set, who, out of his great jealousy, murdered Osiris or Asar. I told that story in one of the previous readings, guys. I told you that story. Isis was able to demonstrate great spiritual strength and healing power to resurrect her beloved Osiris, and all was not lost. She also learned a painful and valuable lesson that it is wise to take our intuitive feelings seriously and recognize a snake in the grass when there is one. When pregnant with her divine child, Haru or Horus, this is Haru, or what you call Horus. They all sit on my table every reading. She ran and hid from Set, recognizing that he was destructive and dangerous, honoring what she knew and not pretending that it would be all just fine. In doing so, her child was able to be born. In the same way, there are creative impulses and new life within you that need to be protected until they are strong enough to withstand negativity or undermining by another out of jealousy or fear, and that is the divine masculine. So you understand why this moon is here and why most of us are in separation physically. This is exactly what she's saying. Even a close friend whom you love and who loves you may struggle with your creative side. Perhaps because they are yet trapped into their own creativity. It is best to be honest with yourself and know that sometimes out of sense of kindness, the fragile creative beginnings of a new project or new habit or interest need to be protected. Like Isis, you must protect that which needs it by recognizing where something or someone could harm rather than nourish new life, hence our renewal. You are being guided with this oracle to trust your judgment, to trust your judgment. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. About someone's motivations or intentions. If you feel something not quite right, then give your discernment a chance to more fully form so that you can see the truth, which hence time apart. The more emotionally detached you allow yourself to be, the clearer your assessment of a situation or offer is likely to be. If you have been thinking that you already see the truth in the situation, this oracle is confirmation of the accuracy of that perception, and that further confirmation that you are seeing something accurately will soon be given if requested. Ask for revelation and be patient. Clear perception is imminent and will help you make wise choices. Give me now with your vision. In the distortion of the vow that blocks the eye within my brow, I receive the knowing clear without doubt, shame, or fear. Lies and deceptions disappear. Revelation of Isis comes to me swift. Thank you for the sight, the true gift. Confusion into clarity, I now do shift. That is awesome, guys. And that is what we shall take in this going into this new portal. Excuse me, I need to get my charger for the camera, just so, and I don't have a pause button on this camera, so if you give me 1 second, please, I apologize. Thank you so much for your kindness and for allowing me to get the charger so that we can finish this beautiful reading. I don't normally do readings this long.
But I wanted to do this for the 1111 portal, which is the twin flame, soul flame portal that is upon us. And it's so beautiful. I know last year it was so beautiful. I really felt that ascension. Okay. So I'm going to need to prop something up right here. Okay. So now we're plugged in. You literally got the plug. Okay. So now, let's see. So, divine masculine. We don't want to read that type of oracle for you. Let's be kind of sneaky and see what is in the divine masculine's mind right now. I mean, we kind of know how he's feeling, but what is his mind on? What is divine masculine's mind on? Passion. He has the Ace of Wands. He's feeling fired up. His heart chakra is lit up. He is feeling his feminine, because it's a feminine in this card. He is feeling his feminine. The divine has handed him out this starting point with this one card. The universe is supporting him. It is supporting him with what he's doing. He is starting on a new enterprise. It may not even be in his field. It may be in another field. But he's very, although he's, you know, he has that outward of what people will think of me, you know, if you know, I know some people have divine masculines that are, you know, that are entertainers. Most of our divine masculines are artists of some sort, musicians, hip-hop artists, you know, and they're worried about, oh, well, if everybody gonna think I fell off, you know, and that type of stuff. That's why some of them don't want to go on their path. Some of them may be prominent attorneys. Some could be, you know, politicians. Some could just be very well known in their craft and what they do. You know, divine masculines, you know, could manifest too. They're magicians. They're able to manifest all kind of things. And then they're probably looking like, you know, am I just going to be a spiritual teacher? I don't know why the patience card came out, because the temperance is him not really having that much patience. Maybe he's having a double mind. See, because this card has two colors in it. So he's having a double mind about this patience. See, look, and it's about his feminine, because it's a feminine in this card. So he realizes that this seed came from the divine, and that that we're the true flower and the peace lily. We're his peace. We're their peace. But so he's kind of patient in that, but I think he's being impatient with his situation. So when it comes to this connection, he's patient with the change, because 1 + 4 = 5. So he's patient with the change when it comes to you, divine feminine. He knows that you're a beautiful flower and that you're growing, but he's just resisting this new beginning. He doesn't want to be a fool. And that's what's happening. Look at this. We have the Fool upright in the spiritual realm, and then in his head space, he's like, I don't want to start over. It's dangerous. I don't know what's going on with that door. He like, you know, what if my feminine is behind that door? You know, or maybe he's knowing that the closer he gets to union, the closer he'll get to his purpose. And no one can really see that in their head.
People think they know what their missions are. I have an idea, but I don't fully know. And a lot of people, we do card readings because we're light workers, but some people are going to have to go into politics. Some people are going to have to go into missionary work, maybe feeding the hungry. I mean, like full time. Right now we're going through renewals and changes and all type of cycles. We have no idea. Nobody has the full picture. So if a reader tells you, I have the full picture. Hey, this energy changes minute by minute. So no one has the full picture. So that's what's going on in his headspace. So let's clarify this moon also with moonology. Let's get a moonology oracle deck so we can get some more clarity on the moon, because we understand that is a process that we both were not in our highest and our higher selves. And that's why we're separated. Most of us are separated. And it's okay with most of us because we understand that we're going through changes. We do trust the divine. So let's see what's in this moonology card. So my divine counterparts, and this is a new moon in Leo. Leo is fire. Confidence is the key to your success. So divine just wants us to be very confident with where we are. And oh my goodness, because our commitment is being tested. And this is the first quarter moon. So I don't know when the next new moon in Leo. Let's see if I can pull that up and see if we can get more information. Let's see what date that was on. Let's see what date so we can get a numerology number from it. So it's just on August 1st. So during that new moon in Leo, there were probably changes that we made. I know we had the Lionsgate portal that we entered into. And so some of us were still in our karmic situations at that time. So now we advance to the next test. And now we're in the desired judgment of fire. And we get a chance, and we passed. And that's why we've ascended to the next level. Like it's not life, it's not a game, but you can see that a lot of your spiritual tests are like games a little bit. It's like divine has a video game. It's like, okay, if I dangle this carrot, let's see if they're ready to go to the next level. And let's pull one more moon card. So during the new moon in Leo, which was August the 1st, is why this moon card is here. And this is why our commitment has to be tested to see if we have faith in the divine. And look, a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So, the new moon in Libra, which we had that, in October? Anyways, I won't do the numerology on that, or your divine masculine or divine feminine could be a Libra or a Leo. So, yes. So the first quarter moon, let's see. Let's see something. We are in the first quarter moon. So that goes right along with this reading. And look how beautiful how that moon is lit up. So we are in the first quarter moon. So yeah, our commitment is being tested. So yeah, that's why that moon card is there. So we have very much clarity, just as Mother Isis or Aset asked us to do. Now let's see. Let's pull some Heal Ourselves card, and let's see, what does Divine Feminine need to heal to ace our test? Divine, tell us, what does the Divine Feminine need to heal? Any sadness. Any sadness. Replace sadness with joy. You know what helps me? Pretend that your Divine Masculine is watching you. And if he was sad, I know that's sad to do, but it works. Or pretend you're in a hospital with sick individuals and it's their last day and you don't want to make them sad. What would you do to make them happy? What would you do, you know, pour yourself out of your sadness for this connection, for your family members, for you, and most importantly for yourself. Get in the highest vibe. You know what I do? I fake it until I make it. Sometimes I can have something so bad on my mind and I will just pretend to be happy, and do you know, by the end of the day, guess what? I'm actually happy. But we do have to deal with the sadness. So never forget why we're sad, or if you're sad. I've been trying to make myself sad because I'm like, wow, what's going on with my life? What is happening? And then I try to get sad, and my vibe, I'm still vibing high. I can't even get sad. I tried to play a sad love song. I can't even play it. It's just like, I'm like, oh, what is going on? I wanted a pity party, but I still can't be in it. So we just have to write down if you are feeling sad, or refrain from feeling sad, and just find anything to be happy about. It doesn't even matter, because that's keeping your vibes high during this time between now and around all of November, during this 11/11 portal, would be self-sabotage if you remain in a sad state. You see, the demons don't want us, which is our lower selves, and the negative dark entities do not want us to ascend during this portal. And you know what they do? They interject thoughts into your head, negative thoughts, and that causes your vibration to lower. See, her candle has even went out. But you see what? You see that? And that's that moon card. That is that moon card. So stay in high vibes for yourself, your masculine, and your family, so that you can help them ascend. Even if they're not spiritual, you can help them ascend. See that owl? That's the wise owl. That's this wise wisdom that the great mother, the divine, Allah and Aledia have brought to us. So do not allow those negative dark forces to help sabotage us with the sadness. And let's pull one more card, because sometimes we can be our worst enemies. And right now, if you're not positive, right now, I mean, during this ascension, just get excited about being able to ascend to 5D. That means that we don't have to live in misery if we don't want to. And we'll be able to teach others how to pull themselves up. So just vibe high for the team. Because if you're watching this channel and you're spiritual, you probably are a light worker. Your twin flame, soul flame, divine feminine, divine masculine, that's all light workers. So yeah, do that shadow work and write down anything that you could possibly be sad with and counter it with another thought. So let's pull one more card. Divine Masculine, what do you need to heal, bro? It says beauty. It says beauty. Maybe he needs to heal looking at other women when they walk past with a big butt. I'm just kidding. Kidding. I don't even trigger anyone. He needs to recognize his inner beauty and outer beauty. He needs to know that he's special. Just because he isn't a divine feminine doesn't mean he isn't beautiful. All divine masculines are absolutely beautiful. He has that inner light, the inner glow. He needs to have a internal makeover and know that he's the bomb. And see, the serpent there is whispering in her ear, probably telling her, you know, you're not the prettiest, or telling him he's not the prettiest. Or it could be divine masculine needs to heal that within himself so that he can further see the beauty of his divine feminine. So, okay, so now let's pull some romance angel cards, and then I'm going to close this reading. And I have really enjoyed this reading. This has been fantastic. I have really enjoyed this reading. I mean, this has been an awesome time. Oh my goodness, with all this renewal, divine feminine.